Okay. We've got some Mystery Eldar. Gonna be playing a Warlock against the Aversa Assassin of Broodwich. So, guess what, guys? No conventional Space Marines. Just the Ordo Malleus sort, which, you know, they're a lot more entertaining, right? Do you agree? Kind of. Been casting way too many Space Marine games. Not gonna lie. Pretty fucking bored of them. So hopefully, these Ordo Malleus folks can provide us with a little bit more entertainment. Let's find out. So it's going to be double IST versus double Guardians. That generally is going to go heavily in favour of the Guardians because they've got a lot higher DPS. You can see the matchup here. Actually going pretty well for the IST here. Really unlucky that the IST didn't bleed a model. Really fortunate for... Still choking. Another day, another video of Torpid choking and unable to speak. Man, remind me to keep my YouTube schedule so that I can just take 2 weeks off without casting in future. Really fortunate that the Guardians managed to get out of there without losing any models, to be honest. Don't know how they managed that, but they did. And the poor IST lost 2 models, unfortunately for them. They're going to be now running back. They did finish the cap over there. The Strike Squad are now free to start gem bashing, so I imagine we're going to see a node coming up on this side since he is going to be seeding his farm. Guardians are going to come out and can do a little bit of pew-pew, but they can't really do much against Strike Squad. You know, these guys could literally just swap to range stance and get rid of these Guardians. They don't even have to catch them in melee, so... Pretty annoying. Because they're in melee, they're getting the ranged damage resistance. So they're going to be taking less damage. But they're like, yeah, sod that, let's get rid of these stupid Xenos. And once again, the Guardians have to retreat. Guardians retreating here because they got caught by the Aversa Assassin and don't want to bleed. Good job here by Mystery to not let his Guardians bleed. I mean, they've literally not bled a model, I don't think. No, they have. And, oh no, maybe they don't. I was going to say because there's XP, but no, he could have got that just from killing the node. And the Banshees finally do arrive. They can definitely handle the Strike Squad. It's a little bit of a toss-up early on. Generally, the Banshees should win if they've got equal upgrades in Tier 1. But then in Tier 2, the Strike Squad will win with their Justicar. You need a bit of support for your Banshees. And it's going to be Interceptors. We didn't actually see a power node here, which I think is a bit of a mistake here from Mystery. I think that would have been well worth it. I wonder what he's intending to go for his next squad, or if he's just wanting to like rush Tier 3. Tier 3, jeez, Tier 2. Probably not, because he's not got a 3rd gen. So I'm a bit confused as to what he's doing. Why isn't he buying anything? You know, he could be getting an upgrade on his Banshees, he could be getting Merciless Witchblade. But he wasn't. Now he's getting a Shuriken and Merciless Witchblade. That was super late. I wonder why he was waiting. If he was wanting to see certain upgrades from the Ordo Malleus before he made those decisions, I don't know. I mean, turns out it's going to be Interceptors, and I'm pretty sure he never seen the Interceptors, but this Merciless Witchblade is going to be very helpful against them. Let's see, this should kill IST in a single hit. Special attack 1. That would be crazy, wouldn't it? Just wipes the squad instantly. Yeah, I guess. I don't know if you had to fully retreat the Banshees. I guess it's fine. Because, you know, they're obviously not going to fight these guys. So now I can rotate the Banshees to protect the Shuriken a little bit. Could do with getting the upgrade on the Banshees. Can't afford it at the moment. Because instead he's going for the Champion's robe, which is fair enough. There's a bit of a dodgy teleport here from the Interceptors because they're literally teleporting into base turrets. So... Oh, kind of got lucky there. Got a little special before they had to retreat. Probably saved them from losing 2 models. So definitely could have been worse. But didn't get any bash, so that's pretty bad actually for Broodwich. He loses a lot of map control with that. In the meantime, the Guardians down here were able to sneak forward, start putting pressure onto this gen. I don't think they're going to get it. The IST should be able to stop them here. Honestly, the IST should be repairing this gen, yeah. Because then the other 8 models will still shoot. Yeah. Get a Guardian, and now both these IST can cap these VPs. Ooh, got an Aversa Assassin in retreat. Kills another one. Might even kill this guy with pistol shots. Be pretty close. Yeah, he does. Good job, Reverser Assassin. Now he needs to get out of there. Yeah. Pretty rare not to see the neurotoxin pistol on the Reverser Assassin. It's very common upgrade against Eldar. Just having spike damage and more piercing damage is pretty nice. In fact, especially when the enemy invests so much, I mean 65 power into this Warlock. Get the neurotoxin pistol, not only does it give you more DPS from range to kill him, and you get the spike damage and damage over time to kill the actual Warlock, but it slows him down as well when he's hit by neurotoxin. So it'd be a very nice little tool. I don't know about this engagement. We'll have to see how it goes. The Interceptor's obviously going to disrupt the Shuriken. I guess it should be fine. It just depends how quickly the Banshees can trigger their specials. And the Strike Squad need to give the Interceptors more energy. Oh, they were a little bit slow. Yeah, they gotta get out of there. Wow, a lot of damage coming into the Interceptors there, bleeding 2 models. Not worth it. Not worth it. Literally, the Eldar lost no models. Oh my god, that's brutal. Oh, he lost 1 Guardian for 2 Interceptors. Not great for Broodwich, that. But still a little bit of power before the Mystery Eldar can get to tier 2. We do have the potential of grenades in retreat path here, but looks like the Reverser Assassin should be able to force these guys off. The Reverser Assassin, he does have a decent little pistol, great at killing Guardians, and it actually does get boosted by the Psychon. Oh, that was beautiful actually, because look at the retreat path here from the ISC. This is a, you know, decent play here, good high level game basically. This is good from Broodwich. He knows the Banshees are coming down here. He sees that he's just forced off the Guardians, so he doesn't have to worry about the retreat grenade, which, by the way, if it landed perfectly, could have wiped both of these squads. So then he pulls them here and retreats so he doesn't retreat for the Banshees. And, you know, really, you might have been better off as Mystery Eldar to just use your Banshees and Guardians to bash this. If the Banshees were guarding the Guardians, ironically, then the Reverser Assassin wouldn't have really been a threat. But as it stands, that's not what happened. Now the double IST are moving out again. Can focus fire down the Warlock, eat a nasty destructed there, but it's okay, they didn't actually bleed any models, that's not too bad. Oh, they might bleed them now though. What's the Warlock doing? Oh, he's shooting at the Reverser Assassin. I was going to say, if he actually shoots the IST, he might get a model kill here, but yeah. He's getting too low on HP with the Reverser Assassin being in retreat. This node will get taken out. What's going on over here? We had an attempted nade spike. Gonna fail, and the Interceptors force off those Guardians, but kind of needs the Interceptors over here. Probably be worth jumping them across this way. I guess he's just gonna take the slow route. He's gonna gem bash with Interceptors. Okay. Fair enough. Very defensive play here. I don't like this, really. I feel like the IC should be here, the IC should be here, and then the Strike Squad should go down this way. Because he must have seen that it was Guardians that gem bashed that. Regardless, it's going to be a fast Rhino, which is a little bit odd, given that he is not building anything on it. The Rhino does... okay, he is getting the Heavy Bolter, fair enough. That's fine, I'll allow it then. And a Justicar on his Interceptors, no Justicar yet on the Strike Squad, but no doubt that will be coming fairly soon. And that Razorback is going to try and take out the Warlock, but no, not going to be able to before he can finish that cap, thanks to that shield on the Champion's robe. Yeah, using the energy burst there to drain the energy of the Guardians. Stop their kiting. And the Razorback isn't going to be contested yet, however there is a Falcon on the way, and that obviously will hard counter this Razorback Rhino. Because that can't do any AV, it doesn't have its las cannon upgrade, and now it's got this bolter, it's locked out of that upgrade, whereas the Falcon will actually do anti-vehicle damage. Now the Rhino is faster, so in theory if it's played correctly it should be fine. Good play again here by the Reverser Assassin. Kills 1 model, retreats out of there. Going to be getting the Eviscerator Axe. Interesting. I don't actually like that war gear. I think it's awful. Actually, I think it's really bad. I would never get that war gear over the neurotoxin claw. But the knockback here from the Interceptors combined with the pew pew of the Rhino is going to be pretty scary for these Banshees. But But of course they're reinforcing off of the Falcon, plus they had Distort Field activated on them by the Warlock, which gives them 50% range damage resistance to make that Razorback a lot less effective. Speaking of the Warlock, proving pretty valuable right now, forcing off these IST, saving his Guardians. We've got a Purgation Squad coming out now for Broodwich, so presumably that's going to be grabbing a Conversion Beamer, help snipe that Falcon from a distance. I mean, he's got no AV right now and he definitely needs some. There is the option of picking up a Melter Bomb as well from your Reverser Assassin, but it's going to be hard to land a Melter Bomb with your EA if you don't have the charge armor to give you, you know, that speed buff charging at the enemies. And I believe that armor costs 40 power and quite a lot of wreck, so that'd be a huge investment. So we'll see. For now, we just got a Beamer, which can definitely zone a Falcon, but it shouldn't kill it because the Falcon's too quick. To get caught by an immobile Beamer would be very sloppy. But sometimes all you need to do is zone the vehicle, you know, you don't need to kill it always. Sometimes zoning it is sufficient. And here we go, we got a Beamer shot. Didn't actually have his ability activated, so it didn't snare. So I need to deactivate that ability now. And we've got a Bright Lance here for the Eldar. Now he should be able to take this engagement. He does have his axe, so he can activate the kill zone ability, which I believe lowers the melee skill of the enemies in it, and also reduces their damage and makes the EA do more damage in it. So, ooh, nice Psych Out grenade there onto the Warlock. Drains a load of energy from his shield. We've got Psychon now being used. We don't have any kill zone. Okay, we now have kill zone, fed energy by the Strike Squad. So kill zone's activated, and now the Strike Squad and the EA should kick the shit out of the Banshees. Now what you're meant to do is you just walk out of the kill zone as the Banshees. But actually, I'm chatting shit because they're just reinforcing off the Falcon. And in fact, you know, a lot of models definitely died there from the Banshees, and they definitely would have lost if it wasn't for the Falcon. But I didn't account for the Falcon reinforcements, and that's my bad and the bad of Broodwich here, because he loses his Justicar and a Strike Squad model and the Aversa Assassin, and that is pretty brutal. Perhaps he needed more AV before he really considered this kind of engagement. Oh, this is not looking good. The Falcon should just be able to chase down the Rhino from here and finish it off. Oh, idling from Mystery Eldar, but it doesn't matter. Bright Lance got one shot off, and it was just enough then for the Falcon to finish it before it got out of range. Now we've got Banshees in retreat path for the IST. This is looking really bad. Grenade to start with, and that's one IST down. Oh no, this is a disaster for Broodwich. Absolute disaster. Oh, that's so bad. He was doing so well. This was a horrendous engagement. That sets him back a lot. Now, he has replaced his Aversa Assassin with this shitty ability. To be fair, the enemy stood in the kill zone there, so it should have been effective, and it would have been were it not for the reinforcement. But, as I was saying, typically, when they drop the kill zone, I mean, it stops the Aversa Assassin for a while from even being able to attack, because it's got a wind up, and you just walk out of it and fight not in the kill zone. It's, yeah, I don't know. I really don't like that ability. I really don't like it. This is better. The Chemnades are better because it's harder to dodge the Chemnades, and the effect's nearly as good. The Chemnades reduce the damage that enemies deal by 50% and removes all HP regen. So if you hit them with that, then the Banshees will also get wrecked. I mean, half damage? Come on. But a lot of damage coming out here from the Odomelius melee units and Guardians. Definitely not where Guardians want to be. A little bit late there from Broodwich. Could have wiped that Guardian squad, definitely. But too late on his feeding energy and jumping forward. And he's starting to slowly fall behind on VPs for now, but there's a load of VPs. And let's face it, it's Fedrid Folly, so who cares? You can win games with only 50 VPs quite easily on Fedrid Folly. Here goes Chemnade. And the Aversa Assassin just gets wrecked. But these Banshees are debuffed by the Chemnade right now, so you can see they're really not doing a lot of damage at all. But we've got Scorch Beam active here on the Bright Lance, so that marks the enemy squad and makes them take more damage. And now the Strike Squad are going to have a go. They are actually stronger in melee than the Interceptors, because the Strike Squad Justicar grants extra HP to all the models, including the Justicar, and it ends up making the strike squad a lot stronger. Let's have a look. So 1,950 on the strikes and 1,700 on the interceptors. So these are level 2 actually, so that is, yeah, I don't know. I didn't realize interceptors had so much HP. Interesting. I don't actually know what the damage difference is between strike squad and interceptors. This gives 10% extra melee damage, so yeah, I think with this, the strike squad basic halberd models should be doing a lot more than the basic sword models of the interceptors, I believe. So Mystery Eldar is going to be going tier 3, and my god, if we look at the respective economies, you got to admit, this game looks very favoured for our Eldar player right now. He's got so many resources. Definitely should be getting a Seer Council. I guess a Fire Prism would also work, but I think just with a map, it's not a very good map for Fire Prisms. There's a lot of line of sight blockers, changes in elevation. Just get a Seer Council that will dominate these interceptors and strike squad in melee. You should be pretty chilling then. I mean, Broodwich is really just brute forcing his way forward. There is literally no counter right now to the Falcon. Oh, instant proc of a special attack from the Warlock there. That was very lucky. And what's he doing? He's going after the Aversa Assassin, who you can see his HP at the bottom here, even though we can't see it on the UI. And man, the Warlock takes too long. I mean, it was ambitious. The initial immediate special probably would have been sufficient, and then he should have got out. To run into the middle of these 3 melee guys is kind of crazy. So we got the Assault Armor here now. This is the one I was talking about. Gives him that charge ability. 2 HP regen and 150 extra max HP. So he's going to have energy problems big time right now, because this costs energy to use Killzone, this costs energy to charge, and this costs energy to throw his Chemnade. But of course, he is Grey Knight, so he can give him more energy with the Strike Squad and with his Global. But still, going to be tricky managing that energy. Interceptors doing their jump into Psych Out Grenade combo. You see it just drained all the energy off those Guardians. And it's quite nice, even by the time they're coming out of base, they're not going to have full energy, so it's not a bad thing. But the Beamer is caught slightly out of position by these Guardians, has to de-set up in order to prevent itself getting hit by a grenade. You see the charge there from the Aversa, but not really going to achieve a whole lot. I don't like that grenade. The Aversa had to... What? I thought he was in retreat. Broodwich. Terrible, man. I was going to say, the Aversa had to retreat anyway without the grenade, and he still didn't retreat.
As you would have it.
The enemy turned his crucial psychic weaponry upon us.
The enemy wishes to fight Nanda, so they resist us. There is no glory in fighting.
So the Banshee's definitely going to force off the Purgation there. Probably only going to lose one model at most. Warlock putting in some serious DPS onto the IST, but going to have to retreat. He's got the Interceptors in retreat path, which is always scary. The Strike Squad just running at the Falcon. I don't know what that was all about. I mean, I guess Mystery Eldar is going for an Avatar? Must be, right? Wait, what is he doing? He's floating even for an Avatar! That's very weird. He's got the shield on the Falcon now as well, which is terrifying. I mean... Oh, just put the guy down, Mystery Eldar. Get a friggin' Avatar and end this. Avatar into Fire Prism. That would probably be the play. Though Grey Knight Terminators could, I suppose, be a problem then. Luckily for the Mystery Eldar, Broodwich is not tier 3. It's tier 2, behind on VPs, and for that reason he's going for a Dreadnought, because he probably doesn't feel like he has the time to go for a tier 3 tech into a Terminator. It's annoying trying to play around the Falcon as well when you've got really no effective AV. I mean, he couldn't even kill it when it didn't have the shield, now it's got a shield. Good luck, Beamers. T-break, I think.
Careful, they're on the space.
Calm before the storm, and the Inferno cannon. That's it, Inferno cannon. The names of Warhammer 40k things are always hard to remember. They're quite random. The Inferno cannon opens up fire and sets fire to the Howling Banshees. And indeed it is going to be an avatar. A very late avatar, believe it or not. What was that he just purchased? He just lost a load of... Ah, an Autark, there you go. It's an interesting play, actually. You know what? I don't mind that play. The Autark's going to be very nice to support the Banshees here. But the Grey Knight Dreadnought is a problem, actually. It is the best melee walker. It has the most HP. And the avatar, as I'm sure you guys have seen on my channel quite a few times, actually, it's not very good at dueling melee walkers. That said, look, we've got the the Falcon right here. That can contribute a good amount of chip damage. I mean, the DPS isn't huge. We've got a Bright Lance as well, so there is a decent amount of ranged anti-vehicle. Certainly, the Grey Knight Dreadnought, whilst it might not die fast to the Avatar, it too cannot kill the Avatar very fast. The Avatar's role will be buffing up the Guardians, buffing up the Banshees. I believe he makes all nearby Eldar infantry do more damage and be immune to suppression, so... could be helpful. Could be helpful. I think the Autark wants to be going around with the Banshees, and that will basically guarantee that the Banshees can win any fight against the Strike Squad. She's got that leap into combat, which gives knockback. She does nice power melee damage. She makes all nearby Eldar infantry take less damage to ranged. And when she jumps, she buffs the speed and does a heal to all nearby troops. It might even increase damage, I can't remember. So here we go, the Avatar is going to lead the fight. We've got kill zone down on him. So these interceptors will be doing a little bit bonus damage. And here we go, we've got a Wailing Doom coming out, going to hit the Aversa Assassin. The interceptors do teleport out of there. The Dreadnought's getting an opportunity to output a lot of damage. A little bit of idling from the Bright Lance, but it doesn't really matter. The Avatar's durable enough right now that he can withstand these attacks from the Dreadnought. What happened to the Beamer? It looks like the Beamer just got wiped by the grenade, and that is gonna probably be Broodwich's hopes for this game thrown down the drain, to be fair, because that thing was firing at the Falcon. I think that was his play, try and bait the Falcon to stay in to ensure that the Avatar could win the duel against the Dreadnought, and then try and snipe the Falcon with the Beamer. But yeah, the grenade definitely put an end to that, as it put an end to those poor Purgation's lives. Now the Falcon, of course, just gets repaired. The Avatar goes back to the base and heals. And, well, Broodwich kept his Dreadnought, so, I mean, that's something, but he still can't kill this Falcon. This Falcon is an absolute nightmare for him. Perhaps the greatest mistake that he made this game, yeah, was going for a Heavy Bolter Rhino as his first Tier 2 purchase, and thus leaving himself very vulnerable to a Falcon as a counterpick. Now, I wouldn't recommend going for an instant las cannon Rhino, because no doubt Kickin... I think this is Kickin, the Mystery Eldar. I just let it slip. I don't know if it is. Kickin, correct me if it's not you. But Mystery Eldar would then have not gone for a Falcon. You know. He might have gone for a Wraith Lord, which would do a lot better against the Las Rhino. He might have just gone for Fire Dragons and an Autark or something like that, you know?
Ready the runes of sacrifice and war.
Very nice special attack there from the Warlock. And with the Autark jumping in, able to handle this level 2 strike squad.
Tell me quickly what you wish.
Heart of Darkness coming out now too. I mean, this is crazy, the amount of resources here. It's like the Eldar is actually memeing on him. What's the pop at? Oh, he's got full pop! Oh my god! Wow, I did not realise. How does he have full pop? I don't know. Was that the Bio Meltdown explosion? I think it was. That did a lot of damage. So Broodwich going in for a bit of a last hurrah. But yeah, I mean, the DPS in the last Rhino is just not very good. The Falcon now level 2, his energy shield just way too tanky. I mean, I commend that Broodwich is still playing this out. Where is the Dreadnought? Oh, it's not even fully healed yet. Yeah, this is the other problem with that. The Dreadnought, he does have so much HP, but Odomali is not renowned for their ability to repair. So even with all that repairing in this, he still is having to enter the fight without full HP. Where's the Bright Lance? The Bright Lance is in the base and needs to get its ass out of there. Right now, if the Las Rhino is microed well, it might actually beat the Falcon. The Falcon's showing rear armor. Las Rhino unfortunately is misfiring and shooting at the Avatar. Yeah, but looks like the Falcon's too fast. The Las Rhino does actually have lower speed than the Razorback or a normal Rhino. Reduces the speed by 1, and I think you've kind of seen that in play there. Banshee's coming out not fully reinforced along with the Bright Lance, so the Bright Lance is going to die. Wait. Oh my god, he's killing them. The Banshees do get out of there. It looks like the Avatar's actually going to die right now. To plasma guns, las cannons, and a dreadnought. Hilarious. The Avatar goes down. Wow, what is the Eldar player doing? Capitulating hard. Going to be going for a Fire Prism next. The problem is the Falcon survived, and that thing is the real bringer of pain right now for Broodwich. Honestly, way more than the Avatar.
We do not doubt the cause. We trust in your time.
So the Falcon can just sit at the front and tank, and then the Fire Prism can turn on its focus beam and obliterate the vehicles on the Odo Malleus side. Now we do have the Aversa Assassin coming back. He's running over here, but he's going to get wrecked. He can't take on the Warlock and the Autarch right now. No chance. No chance.
They seek your melee.
I'm a little bit unsure why the Warlock is insisting on using range attacks. I mean, yeah, I get it has a 50% chance of knocking him over, but just melee. Just get rid of this fool. Doesn't matter. They've got rid of him. It's going to be Seer Council now. Yeah, I mean, the Eldar just has way too many resources. Broodwich, of course, won't realise this, but wow, the Eldar has crazy resources. I guess he's just not really bled after Tier 1. Yeah. Not fun to try and cap in the face of a Fire Prism, that's for sure. And only 1 repair squad as well. Oh, I bet Broodwich wished he had some Gretchens right now. This is a nightmare.
Prepare to lead your sisters.
I was going to say, he does have the option of getting the Melter Bomb on his Aversa Assassin, which with this charge armor may actually allow him to get some sort of play going to try and snipe these vehicles, but it seems pretty low percentage to me. We'll see. 46 VPs for Broodwich, ticking down slowly to 250 still for our Mystery Eldar. He's got Banshees and Seer Council moving forward, and the Falcon is still on the field to reinforce them at will. I believe he even has red for an Eldritch Storm. Indeed he does. We might see one right now. This would be a beautiful spot for an Eldritch. Yeah, it doesn't matter. The Fire Prism's damage is too high. The Falcon finishes off the Rhino, and now the Fire Prism can just kite and shoot that Dreadnought. Oh, the IST, or whatever the hell it wants, really. Seer Council successfully stalling, basically. I mean, it doesn't really matter for the Eldar. He's got so many resources. He can lose a few VPs if it means wiping squads, wiping vehicles and bleeding the Odo Malleus. You know, Autarch is now moving down here, can decap the wreck, and the Warlock is going to take the VP. Yeah. Not really a whole lot Broodwich can do, but a valiant effort, really, to be honest. Valiant push. I mean, we didn't even see the Eldritch. If you just dropped the Eldritch in that position there, that would have been instant no. Go home, Grey Knights.
What do you require?
Now the Warlock's just killing all the IST. Can't repair his poor Dreadnought. Feels bad, man. Yeah, I think, honestly, like, the big strategic error here was going for the fast Razorback. Unfortunately, Broodwich just wasn't far enough ahead in tech to make it pay off. Like, if you go for that heavy bolter Rhino, you have to be really far ahead in tech to justify it. Because it's so easy to just lose a couple of gens as the Eldar, get a Falcon, and then push back and you dominate, right? I mean, we even see Fire Dragons now. The Eldar's economy in this game has been absolutely insane. Insane. I mean, another Lazariner comes out. It's not firing at the correct target. It really should be firing at the 5 prism that's showing rear armor right now, but it doesn't matter. Even if he killed it, he'd just replace it with another prism, and it's dead. Yeah. But it was a good scrap and a good effort. I mean, yeah, definitely was over a while ago. I don't know why the Mystery Eldar floated for so long and went for the Avatar. The Avatar was weird. Not really got too much more to say than that. But a nice sync kill there to end things off. Killzone proving as always to be mediocre. And there's concede. But it's nice to have games without Space Marines, so there you go. Thank you for tuning in, folks. Torpid signing out.